this is Becca from the Knitting Unicorn, and this is episode 18. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It has been a while since I've podcasted, about 2 months. I meant to podcast once a month, but I felt like I didn't have anything to show you guys. I was just slogging away on a couple fingering weight sweaters, which I'm going to show you because I finished them. So yeah, I don't know, it just kind of, I had nothing, and then all of a sudden I had a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm going to podcast. Anyway, it's been a busy day. I've been up since the crack of dawn with the puppy. You've probably seen the puppy on Instagram. I don't even know if I had the puppy when I last filmed. Let's see. When was that? Oh, I did. March 2nd. I had the puppy. Okay. Well, anyway. So, I will start with some FOs, then some whips. I'm missing a whip. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I have everything. So, first, FOs. What I'm wearing. Ta-da! This is my Sunset Highway. Just kneel up a little so you can see. So, I hope this is a better representation of the colors than I've been putting on Instagram. I feel like they get blown out a lot when I post. But it's really like a raspberry pink, and then a neon yellow, and this is like a baby robin's egg blue, and a gray-black speckly awesomeness. So this is my Sunset Highway. And I will talk a little bit about it. So, if for some reason you are, I don't know, really new to knitting or something, and you've never heard of this sweater, it's a sweater by Caitlin Hunter, which is Boylan Knitworks. This is Pearl. She says, "Hi, I'm 5 months old." And it's a fingering weight sweater. It's supposed to be a little bit looser than I made it, but, I wear like a large-ish size, and I don't like too much ease, because I don't like looking too big, although when I talk about my other sweater, it has a lot of ease, but whatever. And I had bought this kit from Wool & Boone. I'm back again. So, I bought this kit from Wool & Boone like over a year ago, and I had cast it on and started the color work, but I was really unhappy with the way it was coming out because the colors didn't have enough contrast. So these are the original colors. And when you see them caked up like this, like it's not a high contrast, but it seems like it might be okay. They're blowing out a little bit, but yeah, there you go. That's pretty true. So when I started doing the color work here, the colors were just fading into each other, especially these two. And one of the things that you can't tell when it's caked up is there's a lot of variegation in there. If you can see it, there's a lot of areas of the yarn that are undyed and almost white. And so when I was knitting it up and those pieces were all touching, there was just no contrast at all, and I hated it. So I ripped it out. And then I think it was in February, I was digging through my stash to find a yarn to do for a test knit for a shawl. And as I was digging out all my single skeins of yarn, and I had a bunch of them on the floor, I pulled out this, which is really hard to capture the color of. No, I just had it. Alright, that's pretty good. This is Ba, it's a big mess, but it's Ba Yarns, and the base is La Jolla. and I believe it's just 100% superwash merino. And this is the May 2017 colorway because they do exclusive monthly colors. And I got this to make a shawl in a class, but I ended up not making the shawl. Though now I think about it, I have the pattern, I might make it. It's pretty. Anyway, I digress. And I saw it next to this, and I just kind of was like, ooh, that could be really pretty. So I caked it up and cast it on, and here we are. I am pretty sure that I ended up knitting it a size bigger than the kit I got. And I had taken the yarn out and tossed the bag and stuff that it came with, so I'm not sure what size I got for the kit. But long story short, I was playing some serious yarn chicken. I don't even have anything to show you of this color. I'll tell you what the colors are in a second. Oh, I have a snag already. It was literally like this much. Serious yarn chicken. When I got to the bottom, I had a little ball left. I weighed it. It was about 22 grams. And then I split that into two 11-gram balls so I could do the sleeves. And I knit until I had, and I kept weighing it every time I did a round. Not every time, but I waited after I did a round to see how much a round took, and then every so often I would weigh it again until I had enough for like 2 rounds so I could start the color work. I have never played yarn chicken like that before. I always will buy an extra skein just to be sure. It was scary. So anyway, so I did the 3/4 length fitted sleeves instead of the more balloony sleeves that are with the pattern, which is fine because I was going to do that anyway. Yeah, so that was the first modification I made, was I made a short sleeve. And instead of doing just a little bit of the color work and then continuing in the blackish color, because 1, I couldn't, but 2, I didn't want to. So I ended it with the blue. And I'm really happy with it, and I think it came out really nice. The other modification I made is I didn't use as much ease, and then, you can't see, let me see if I can tilt this down. All right, see my boobs. I did bust darts. So you can kind of see the yarn right here. I don't know if you can see that, but where it almost makes like a little V there, I did some short row shaping on the sides to make some bust darts because I am a little bit busty. So I had been watching a tutorial from Coco Knits on how and why to do bust darts. Also about shadow wraps, which apparently are the wraps that are in the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which I've never done, but I didn't know that. And no, let's shush. Come here. Come here. Pearl. Come here. Look at this little puppy. Look at this little puppy. Hi. He's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. So anyway, shadow wraps are amazing. I highly recommend going on YouTube and looking for shadow wrap tutorial. I will never do another short row style again. Forget German short rows, forget wrap and turn. Shadow wraps, the best. But anyway, in the tutorial by Coco Knits, she talked about a book called Big Girl Knits. Stop it. Which, of course, I didn't bring it. I'm not going to get it. Can you please not chew things? Bad dog. Stop. Here. Stop chewing my yarn. Okay. Anyway, Big Girl Knits. I forget who wrote it. I'll look it up and try to stick it in here if I remember when I'm editing. But it's a book that has some information about knitting for larger sizes. I'll be quite honest, I don't love the patterns that are in the book, but the advice for, styles to look for or not look for, I think is pretty good. And more importantly, there's some really good information on how to do the calculations to make modifications you need to make. So it focuses on the 3 B's, which is boobs, belly, and butt, and how to make garments fit better for you. And what she talks about is the bust darts and bust shaping. And she has a great chapter all about how to calculate exactly where in your pattern to start the short rows for the bust dart, and how many to do, and how far across to go, and all that stuff. How to measure yourself. You just plug the numbers in and do the math, and it tells you. So I definitely think the book is worth it for that if you really struggle to fit garments to your body. It was really helpful. And then there were some other things she talked about, which aren't as much of an issue for me, but definitely I know for some other people they are. How to modify waist shaping and length and hems, what to do with them if you have a larger butt or whatever, big hips. It was really great. So I probably won't make any of the patterns in the book, but it was definitely worth it for all of the information on how to make those modifications to existing patterns. So that was great. So anyway, long story short, this is my Sunset Highway, and I love it. So yeah, cool. My next whip, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I finished it today, and I blocked it, and it dried today. This is my Tecna, another Caitlin Hunter or Boylan Knitworks garment. So it's a boxy cropped sweater, very plain, with this beautiful lace. Kind of reminds me of a cathedral. And I will put a picture in that I just took of me wearing it so you can get a better idea of what it looks like on me. It blocked really nicely. Ooh, it smells so good. I use this soak in the yuzu scent. So, this beautiful sweater is done in Spun Right Round, classic sock in the colorway Reaper's Rags, and I just had a little bit of it left to show you. What did I do with it? I'm really struggling here today. It's been so long since I podcasted. I don't know where anything is. Oh, it's right in front of my face. So here's what's left of it. This is also the same yarn I used in my Timely cardigan, which is a striped cardigan by Libby Johnson, and I used this for my contrasting stripes. So I had a lot of it, and clearly I had enough to make a whole Tecna. I did make some modifications to this, well, only in the, for my gauge. So this yarn is a fingering sock yarn, but I find it to be like a light fingering. It is very thin. And so given my gauge, I don't remember the exact calculations because I cast this on last August. It's been 10 months. But I had to basically, I couldn't go up. I had to go up like a size and a half. So I had to do some math, which was really terrifying to calculate my gauge and what the stitch count should be. And especially because there's lace here, so you have to make sure that you take into account whatever it needs to be divisible by for the lace. And I just kind of was like, all right, we're just going to do this. Here's my stitch count. And I rewrote the stitch counts throughout the pattern to what they should be based on my calculations. And I was like, well, we'll see what happens. And it actually worked out. I can't believe it. But I will say, so the reason it took me so long, if you guys are not new viewers, you know that 10 months for me to finish something is a really long time. I usually finish things quickly. This took me 2 months, and I was working on other things and kind of slogging through the body of this. Just stockinette in the round fingering weight forever is just not my thing. I was traveling though, so it was good travel knitting, and I got most of it done while I was on vacation. But man, that was brutal. Especially for someone whose mojo is kind of But finishing this has really got me fired up. So that's good. Anyway, I digress. So my calculations worked out well. I'm very happy about that. But I will say, this lace, I'm not the best lace knitter. It makes me crazy. I probably knit this first little bit 3 times, ripped it out. And the 4th time I got it right. And then it was just, again, another slog of stockinette forever. This was also the first time I did a bottom-up boxy style sweater. So shaping the shoulders and the neckline in this manner was new to me. And, once I got into it, it was fine. I was able to figure out why I was doing the things I was doing. But when I first looked at it, it was just really intimidating to me to think about, like when you get to the sleeve separation, you have to work it flat, which I was like, ugh, I don't want to work it flat. And then you get to here and you have to just, do this side and then this side. And then it was just really bizarre. And not bizarre if you're used to making boxy style sweaters, but for me it was new and I was really intimidated. So I kept putting this in timeout between the stockinette slog and being intimidated about the shoulder and neck shaping. It just kept going in timeout. So then I realized at some point that I only had like this much to go before I got there, and then at that point I was pretty much done, so I just powered through it the last week or so, and I blocked it at 5 o'clock this morning, and it is now 7 o'clock at night, and it is done. And I tried it on, and I love it. And I showed you guys in the last episode the dress number 1 that I made from 100 Acts of Sewing. I still haven't hemmed it, but as soon as I hem it, I will definitely wear it with this Tecna. I do have it on my mannequin over there, and I'm going to put the Tecna on, and I'll take a picture of what it looks like on the mannequin, and I'll pop it in here, or here. So, yeah. So that's that. 2 sweaters down. And then my last FO are these super cute socks I showed you last time. These are my Playdate socks. So these are just a plain vanilla sock, and I did contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. The yarn is called Playdate from Catalyst Yarns, and I bought that, and then I bought a mini set which had all the colors in it. It also had a fluorescent yellow, which I didn't use, and another mini that it was just speckles of all the colors. So this one's almost like stripey, the other one is all speckles. I'm sure I'll use those for something else. But these were just kind of hanging out for a little while, and all I had to do was finish the toe. But it's been so long that I don't know if you can see, this one's more round than this one, because I totally was not paying attention when I did this one, and I made it a little pointier than I normally do, and then I was really struggling to count all the decreases when I made this one last night, but it's really not that big of a deal. They're going to be in shoes. When I wear them, you can't really tell the difference. I do need to block them still. I do like to block my socks. But yeah, those are my Playdate socks, and I love them. They are so pretty. And they're practically identical. Like, they both have the green bits down here. I can't even, this is all backwards. Green bit, pink bit, pink bit. They're like practically identical socks, which I thought was pretty cool. Totally unintentional. So, 3 FOs, yay! Ta-da! So on to whips. I did cast on, I'll have to get that. I did cast on something that I shouldn't have cast on, but whatever. I'll show that last. I did show you last time that I was working on my Coffee Talk socks from Tracy Millar of the Grocery Girls. And, oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to show you guys. What is happening here? All right. So I'm doing them 2 at a time magic loop. And I really have not worked on them much at all since I last showed them to you. I started working on them again today, now that I've got those other things done. So these are the Coffee Talk socks. And the yarn is Sprinkle Spice Latte sock set from Teeny Button Studios. It's wicked cute. I really, really like it. And this morning, after I blocked my Tecna and I broke these bad boys out, that's not true. I finished the Playdate socks, then I broke these out. I bought recently a ChowGoo mini twist set. And this is, they're not the shorties. This is the, they're size 1.5 millimeter up to 2.5 millimeter. Teeny tiny, but normal size needles. But they have the teeny tiny skinny cables. And they come in this cute little set. And so I had finished up the Playdate socks with those, and then I transferred these to this mini twist set. You can see. And I mean, you can't really tell on the video because you don't have any comparison, but these cords are very, very, very thin, much thinner than the regular cords. And I am absolutely loving working with them. I just find them to be so much easier to use, so much less cumbersome. I mean, the regular 40-inch circulars that I was using, they weren't bad, but these are so much better. I am very, very happy with this set. The only thing I realized, though, is I'm like never gonna use these 3. I always use 1s and 1.5s for socks, so unless I have some project that, I don't know, for some reason I'm doing lace weight, which I highly doubt, I probably could have just bought the size US 1 2.25 millimeter needle and the cord, but whatever. I got a good deal on them on Amazon, so I bought those, and these are my Coffee Talk socks. So I'm about halfway done with the leg, and then I will do a contrast heel flap and gusset, and then I will do the toe, and hopefully I will get these finished before I podcast next time. I'm really going to try to keep to my monthly schedule of podcasting, because I really missed it. I just had nothing to show you guys. Anyway, so this yarn is, or this project rather, oh, here's the yarn, by the way. Isn't it pretty? So this is living in my line bag, which is a style of bag from a Single Strand Studio. And this is one of their new fabrics. And I don't know if you can, yeah, here, you see it? It sparkles, it's so pretty. And the inside also sparkles, but I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. Ooh. Oh my god, I love it so much. This is one of my, well, I love their bags anyway, but this is one of my favorite of their bags. Um, I'm sure you've seen the style before, but these ones are so great. You know, they fit on your arm so you can walk and knit. And what I like about the single strand studio ones is, first of all, they're really well made. And they, you know, they're sturdy but not firm. Like they're still soft, but they hold up. And very well made. Also, these ones compared to some of the others I've seen or bought, I do have some other ones. These are a little bit shorter here, just a little, and wider. So they fit a lot. I was actually able to fit my Tecna in here, and that's what I was using for my Tecna the last week or so. I mean, it's a fingering weight sweater, but it's still a sweater, and it fit in here. And then the other thing is that this here that goes over your arm is a little bit thicker. So it just feels secure instead of having like a little bit hanging here. Like it's just, I don't know. I really like it. It's very comfortable to walk around with. I highly recommend checking them out on Etsy, a single strand studio. I will put the name in. And they have other patterns too, other fabrics, and there's some other styles as well that they have. They have some drawstring bags and some pyramid or wonton bags, and they have some cool. What are you doing, dogs? They have some cool collaborations as well. I don't know if they have any in the shop right now, but they've done some really nice collaborations with some yarn makers or yarn dyers that have been really beautiful. So check them out. So pretty. Oh my god, I love it. So yeah. And oh, and the other thing I didn't show you what's on here. I got some stitch markers from Wee Ones. She makes those super cute little stitch markers. And she has like every breed of dog you can think of. So I got the Cavalier Spaniels because they look like my babies and they have little paws. So I actually have a whole set, but they're over there and I'm not going to get them. So that's my first whip. The other thing that I cast on, this is also an acquisition. I kind of went a little overboard with acquisitions. I bought a whole bunch of stuff from Espace Tricot. It was terrible. But I bought some of the Woolfolk Luft in this pretty bluish, almost denim color. It's so soft. And I cast on the Dark Cloud by Joji Locatelli. I will put in a picture of what it looks like because right now this just looks like a smock. Also, I stopped halfway in a row, so it's like ridiculous, but whatever. So yeah, this is my Dark Cloud, which looks like nothing. But I don't have that much more to go. This is the back, and this is the front, so you can see I don't have that much more to go. It's bulky and garter stitch, so it flies. And then I'll, make some sleeves, and there's like a little hem, a rounded hem on the bottom. You can see I put it in, for my decreases, I put in stitch marks. You can see how that kind of comes in, and it will create like a rounded hem. So again, I'll put the picture in so you can see that, because until you finish it, it just looks like this, which is ridiculous. But I'm excited for this. I hope it looks nice on me. I don't know. I don't know about a bulky pullover, but Tracy from the Grocery Girls looked really cute in hers. And I think her and I have similar body shapes. So I hope mine looks good on me. So that's what I am working on. And then the other thing I cast it on a while ago. I don't know if I've ever showed it to you guys. But I got this yarn at Rhinebeck from my husband. It was a little splurge that he got me. It is the Primrose yarn, whatever the weather. I think I showed it to you before. And it was their Rhinebeck color. And this is in their Marquess base, which is an MCN DK. No, there you go. And yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. And I got this to make the portage cardigan, which I have a picture of. That's what it looks like. And then the back, picture of the back. That's the back. And then you can't see, but it has a cable going down the side. So I cast that on a while ago, and every so often I've put a row on it, but not much because I've just been working on so many other things. But I've started the back. That's all I've got, but you can see how that looks. And the whole thing is 1x1 cables on the back, which is daunting and a lot of work. So I think once I finish the dark cloud, I think I'll, and maybe the shawl, I'm going to show you in a second, I have to go grab it. I will probably focus on this because I want to be able to wear it in the fall and the winter next year. So that's the back again. That's the front. It's my neck. That's all I got. But it's really, really pretty. I love this yarn. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's literally every color. And it's cashmere. Oh, I love it. So let me go grab my other whip to show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, my last whip, and I just kind of cast this on out of the blue. I was in the mood, can you stop? I was in the mood to make something, I don't know, girly, I don't know, summery. I wanted a summer weight shawl. These dogs are making me crazy. So I wanted to make a summer weight shawl, so I decided to cast on the Washed Out by Joji Locatelli. Basically everything I'm making is Caitlin Hunter and Joji Locatelli. Anyway, this is the Washed Out. And I thought it would be a nice summer weight shawl. Is there another picture of it? So I went through my stash and I picked out 2 yarns. It calls for 3. I'm unsure about a third color. I wanted to do like a pale gray, but I don't really have one I like. That's not true. I have one I like, but I don't think it's enough yardage. And then I have 2 other ones, but they're Woolfolk tinned, I think. But they're not the right... They're like too loosely plied and fuzzy. So they don't really go with the yarns I picked out. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just use the 2 colors, or I might look for another color. We'll see. But anyway, so the first color I picked out is my darker color, and this is Done Roving. And I can't find the colorway. Plum something, raspberry something, I don't know. I'll try to find it and post it below. But I love this. I got this from Christmas 2 years ago from my mom, and it's just gorgeous. Love it. And then the other color I picked out was a gift from my best friend Amber. I think that she gave me this for Christmas for our Knitmas that we do every year. This is Backyard Fiber. Again, I don't know the color because I don't have the ball bands in front of me, but I will post them below. And I think they look really pretty together. And I just started it, and then I put it down to finish my other stuff. So I don't have much to show you. Come on, there you go. But I just have that, that's all. And it's a long asymmetrical shawl with rows of sections of garter and lace. I just started the first lace section. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's really pretty. I only have one pink shawl, which is my Paris Toujours, which I love. I wear all the time. But it is a little bit heavier DK shawl. I tried to wear it today, but it was a little warm. And so I'm looking forward to having this big lightweight shawl that I can wrap around me at the office when it gets a little chilly or in the evenings. So I'm excited about that. And that's my last whip. Then I have a bunch of acquisitions. I realize now that I probably showed you some of these, so I should probably take those out. But so since my last podcast was in March, I showed you what I got from Pittsburgh when I went to visit my mom and get Pearl. So I will take those out. This is the Benevolent Donut Goddess and the Juniper Farms and the Yarn Carnival. So I showed these to you guys before, I'm pretty sure last time. So moving on. So I, like I said, I did a little bit of a bad thing, and I had a little bit of a haul from Espace Tricot, mostly because they had all the things I wanted and a kit. So I got the Luft yarn, Woolfolk Luft for the Dark Cloud, which I already showed you. Then I got a sweater's quantity of nightshades from Harrisville Tweed, which is covered in cat hair. Oh no. Anyway, and the nightshades is an American Cormo wool, and this is in the colorway Insomnia, which they're all blacks with different colors going through them, and this has the olive green in it. How pretty is that? So I got this to make that V-neck boxy from Hoagie Locatelli. Let me grab that name. The Understated, which is this. And I really wanted to make this in the nightshades. But then I think I was watching Fat Squirrel, and she's making the Ducat by Kate Davies, which is also a DK weight sweater. Jeez, do I have it in here or not? There it is. And it's a cropped long sleeve sweater. And it's really cute. And so I'm debating between the two for the nightshades. I think I'm going to wear my Tecna a little bit to see how I like the feel of a cropped boxy. They're both cropped. But the Tecna, I think, is more, the body of it is a little bit more like the Understated by Hoagie Locatelli than it is the Ducat. And if I really, really like it, I'll see if I want to, which one I want to make. So I got nightshades in Insomnia. Again, it's the one with the olive green in it. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. I cannot wait to make something out of this. And then I got the Stoneham Poncho Kit from Espace Tricot. And it's a poncho designed by Diana Walla in really pretty color work. And I got it in the same colors that are in the sample. So I really, really like that. So that'll be nice. And I got ruler bracelets because I really wanted them. So I got the rose gold and the medium brown. So that's what I got from Espace Tricot. Then Joji Locatelli released their new, well, the Understated is from the Interpretations collection that Joji does with Vera Vilmaki. And the other sweater in there that I loved is the Community tunic, which I will show you a picture of as well. And Susan B. Anderson put together a kit for it with their Barrett Wool Company, Wisconsin Wool & Spun. I've never actually knit with the Wisconsin Wool & Spun, but I've knit with the her other yarn, the Home. That's the one I love for my accessories, fingering weight accessories. Anyway, this is the Community tunic by Joji Locatelli, and I really love it. So, and then it's actually done in the Barrett wool. So that picture is this wool. So I got the kit for that. I'm not going to show you all of it because it's a lot of yarn, but it's these two colors. And what I want to do is, in the pattern, it encourages you to mix and match the motifs the way you want. And I think I'm just going to do the top part and not the diamonds. One, I don't love the diamonds, but also they come right over to my bust, and I don't want to emphasize my bust. So that's that. And then I went to this little yarn thing up in York, Maine with my friend Kim, and I got some yarn from Dun Roving. So I got this hat kit. It's a simple 2-color hat kit. I'm not actually going to make this hat. That's the hat. I'm not going to make that hat. I'm going to do one of the mosaic hats from Jody from Grocery Girls. But these are the colors. And I just loved these colors together and the pom-pom and thought it was so cute. So I got that. And then I also got from Dun Roving, they were having this deal on their DK, it's called the DK Sweater Pack, and it's a huge skein, 500 yards of DK, Superwash Merino, and it was a buy 3 for like $95. So I got these 3 colors. I wanted 3 of the gray, but they only had 2 left. So I got these 3. I figured I could do something with that, and it's 1,500 yards, which is pretty good. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, but I love them. So that's that. And then I got this. I don't know if I showed this to you yet, but this is Teeny Button Studios, and this, she did a bunch of Disney ride inspired skeins, and this was the Mad Hatter Tea Party colorway, and it was just so pretty. I just really wanted it. I don't have an excuse. And then I don't know if I showed this one to you either, but Legacy Fiber Arts, I saw this on the Grocery Girls podcast, and it's called Unicorn Hugs. Right? Right? Like, I had to have this. I had to. So I bought this. I love it, love it, love it. This is one of those skeins that I don't know if I'm ever going to actually knit up because I love it so much. Like, I just don't want to use it. I just want to hold it. And then I got, so my dogs, put a picture. are Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, and Inked Sheep Fibers did a charity yarn where she had dyed up skeins of yarn for the different Cavalier colorways. So there's black and tan, tricolor, ruby, and Blenheim. My dogs are Blenheim, which is the red and white. And so I bought a skein of the Blenheim colorway. It's beautiful. It's not as white as I would like because my dogs have a lot more white in them, but it's still beautiful. I really, really like this. This is going to be a hat. Definitely going to be a hat. So, oh my god. I'm almost done. And I gotta take the dogs out because they're scratching at the door. And then, my friend Amy from Happy Little Yarn, Amy, she is dyeing again, which is great because she has some really pretty yarn. And I bought a couple skeins from her. I only have 2 here, and I can't remember if I bought 2 or 3. I think I bought 3. And I'm missing one. I'll have to find it. But here are 2 of them. So this one is called Wagon Wheel. Oh yeah, the Zen. Ah, it's over there somewhere. I'll find it. This is called Wagon Wheel. And it's just this brownish taupey color. I really, really like this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I really like it. I also really like the song Wagon Wheel, which is why I bought it. Don't judge me. Then I bought this one, which is a one-of-a-kind. She calls her one-of-a-kinds mixtapes, which I think is so cute. So I bought this one, which I really, really dig this. This might end up being socks for my husband, but I'm not sure yet. And then I bought another one called Zen. Like Everything is Zen from the song Bush. From Bush, the song Everything Zen, whatever. And it's similar to this one. It's kind of like a browny, purpley color. And it's somewhere over there. And I forgot it. I'll post a picture. It's really pretty. I really like it. So you should check her out. She has a podcast. Check out her podcast and check out her yarn. It's super cute. So, I'm really going to try not to buy any more yarn because I think I'm good. And I'm excited to be back podcasting. I'm excited that my yarn, I can't talk, that my knitting mojo has returned. I'm excited about this little puppy. Show everyone your pretty face. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. No, thank you. Anyway, we will see you guys next month. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, and check us out on Instagram because that's where we post a lot of things. Also, Indy and Pearl have their own Instagram, which I'll put down below. And we will see you guys later.